I really don't like my board game collection, and I intend to do something about it. There are great games here, some of them the best ever made, but I still feel bad about it. It's a mess of cluttered space. There's no time in the world to play all of them and enjoy all of them. Plus, whenever my friends come over, I still can't find the right games to put on the table. So in this video, I'm pretty sure I'm getting rid of most of my board games, keeping just the must-have ones or the best games for certain situations. Then I will research what games I am missing and I will add them to what's left of my collection. And to put a cherry on top of that cake, I will hand down my holy grail game. A game that I've been eyeing for years. So at the end of the video, you will see my perfect board game collection. Easiest part is picking out the games I'm never getting rid of. Cream of the crop, if you will. This is my favorite game of all time. This is my favorite engine builder. This has a mix of my favorite mechanisms. This made me feel things. This is my first love. And this is pure genius. And I think that's it. I think I haven't forgotten anything. Yanis from the future here. I remembered about 2 games that I have landed. Feed the Kraken is now back home, so I'm adding it to this pile. As well, Harry Potter Battle of Hogwarts, which is my guilty pleasure game, so it will be here as well. So these are the games I'm for sure keeping. Time to pull up our sleeves and get to the juicy part. I will be picking all the games I'm for sure getting rid of. Not that these games are necessarily bad, they can just find better homes where they will create stories and not stay here and just collect dust. I was actually hoping for a bigger effect. It's not that dusty here. All of these games I'm for sure selling. As I said, not because they're bad, just because I won't be able to play them all. Even more games will be joining this pile because the next chapter is the danger zone. So everything that is left is the danger zone. The games I haven't yet decided upon to keep or not to keep. To pick out which games I will keep and which I will not keep, I made few criteria. Will I play it? Enjoy it? Do I really enjoy it, or is it just, cool to have? And last thing is best at. If this game is particularly good at certain situations or certain things, I'm keeping it. This actually could have been in the must keep pile, so it's here. I keep running into the same problem, which is I'm not sure what I think of few games. For example, this one, putting this into a pile where still to test. Forgot that that's one up there. Do you see it? Yeah, that one. I'm keeping that one. And after a 2-hour-long struggle, I find myself with 2 piles, with the games I'm saying goodbye to and with the games that are going to the safe pile. To be honest, all that I have achieved now is create a massive mess. So I'm putting the games I'm keeping back in the shelves, and then I somehow will have to sell all of those. Time for babyface Yanis to make an appearance. Selling all of these won't be easy. It will probably take me days, weeks, but I've set myself a deadline of 2 weeks, or else I'm giving them out for charity. The point is to give all of these games a better home, and I intend to do just that. So now I need to photograph all of them, add prices to them, and sell them. Let's freaking go! So remember when I said that it will probably take me a long time to sell all those games? Well, it took me around 48 hours. Those were super intense 48 hours of packaging, sending games, answering messages, but it's done. And the best part, I'm now feeling super good. I feel like weight lifted from my shoulders. Now that I tidied up my shelf and there's only the really good ones here, I have 2 things left to do. Find games that are missing to call it my perfect collection, and to finally place my holy grail game, the game to rule them all, in this place right here. To solve the first issue, I went through my wishlist on BoardGameGeek as well as just games played, and I tried out different review copies to know what should I place in my shelves. There are some problems with purchasing new board games. Number one, some of them are crowdfunding exclusive. For example, I just backed Castles and Burgundy, but we'll have to wait for it for a while. Second problem, I've been eyeing some games that are out of print. For example, Duplik. I've been trying to get it for years. They're not printing English versions, so just can't physically get it. Third thing, the second-hand market is just crazy. For example, to get Dwellings of Eldervale, some people asked 150 to 300 euros. Thankfully, a store in Lithuania got Dwellings of Eldervale for 75 euros, which was a steal. So Lithuanian brothers again coming through. So my first purchase was Heat. I like when cars go brum brum brum, and this is the best game where cars go brum brum brum. So the next game I purchased is this. Can you guess? Can you guess? No, you cannot. I could give you 100 guesses and you wouldn't guess. In such a huge box you have... No thanks. This is one of those games that are great for certain situations, aka for situations where you just want to have fun. Next one, Watergate, really lovely two-player game, can recommend. If you want a game that's, you know, historical, yet is super good mechanically as well, really a treasure of a two-player versus game. I also have purchased new characters for Too Many Bones, because I love that game, but Chip Theory Games were so slow to send them out that I just couldn't wait. You'll just have to imagine that here's a few boxes with the new characters. I'm still hunting down a few games, but I won't be able to add them right now. The best way you can find out what leaves or is added to my collection is to become our supporter, and we have a specific channel on our Discord server to talk about just these things. So, you know, consider it. So I still haven't told you about my holy grail game. Imagine a boy of 10 eagerly finishing his homework so he can ask his mom to let him watch some TV. After getting her approval, he jumps into the sofa and takes the remote, not just realizing that he's going to witness the most magical thing he's ever seen. That kid, for the first time, watched Lord of the Rings. That same kid, years later, was introduced to a silly board game where two people can geek out and play their parts in the story of Middle-earth. This game is hard to get to the table. The rules are tough and it's an absolute geek fest. I have no reason to own it because I could easily borrow it, but I want it. So a long time ago I made a deal with myself that if and whenever I buy War of the Ring, I must feel like I deserve it. And I feel like I deserve it. And no, not because I just cleaned out my board game shelves, but because of this. For the last 3 years, I've been working my butt off. I've been bringing Board Game Hangover to life. I have edited for days each week, filmed all the videos and loved every minute of it. I have finally found something that I love creating, something that I love doing. And now when I have taken the leap of faith and went full time, I have this feeling that, you know what, I deserve this. And that's my perfect board game collection. If you want to help us out, be better, bring better videos, then be sure to support us by becoming our Patreon or YouTube member, because that directly helps us keep this project alive, as well as you will get tons of benefits like getting extra video a month, participating in our merch designs, and lots of other things like chatting with us. So thank you for your support.